Okay, so if this video does good and you guys seem to like it, I might make a little series about more videos like this. These videos would come out at near the end of every month. So let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see some more videos like this. In this video, I'll be breaking down all that has happened in the month of July 2019. This video will most likely be long, so I'm leaving timestamps down below in the description for each topic that I cover. First up, there's been an incident involving Twitch streamer Alinity. Basically, what she did was quite frankly unepic. So she has a cat. Her cat came up to her and laid in her lap on stream. Alinity proceeded to throw her cat. Not like a little toss where you just move your cat. No. She like up and yeeted her cat. She threw her cat just like a right fielder throwing a baseball to home plate at someone's round in third base. Also, Alinity forced her cat to drink vodka. So what has Twitch done? Absolutely nothing. SPCA, however, has come out with a statement saying that Alinity actually can be arrested for what she's done. Twitch said nothing. However, Twitch has banned a man named Alec Ludford. He too is a Twitch streamer. So why is he banned and what did he do? Well, in one stream, you see him holding his pet frog. His pet frog proceeds to jump out of his hands. That's it. He got banned for that. I forgot to mention, Alinity was the Twitch thought that proceeded to copyright claim PewDiePie for calling her a Twitch thought. Now, to sum up, Alinity threw her cat that at one point was drunk and she could be arrested. Twitch hasn't really done anything. Alright, so second is about YouTube. Wow, it's almost like no one has talked about this topic ever. It's important to know that recently there's been a partnership with YouTube and UMG. Has UMG been abusing the copyright system yet again? No, it's not UMG this time. UMG's always been always abusing the copyright system though. This time, however, Sony is abusing the copyright system. What has Sony done? What Sony has done is they went and copyright claimed the song Beachwalk by Whitewoods. Whitewoods didn't want their music to be copyrighted. Why was the song copyrighted? Well, you see, the song was copyrighted because I think at the beginning or at some point in the song, there was a few seconds of a heavily edited version of the song Le'Veon Rose by Celine Dion. The few seconds, as I said, were heavily edited, remixed, and changed. But Sony copyrighted it anyways. This resulted in Bug Your Parents, the YouTube channel for Whitewoods. All their videos got claimed for not only like the reason of Sony copyrighting various songs they made, but also other companies came and claimed videos because their music videos had old commercials in them, which again were edited. This also resulted in the YouTuber Pyrocynical losing a lot of money. His outro is Beachwalk, right? And this has been his outro for almost the entirety of his YouTube career. All his videos were claimed, so he has to go back and change the music, which ruins his outro since the editing tool in YouTube is so freaking bad. So, and also they don't allow you to choose your music. You have to use music from already like pre-made YouTube music. His outro has been Beachwalk for like almost like 3 years, maybe more, 3 or more years. It's been a lot of money that he's lost. And it's also good to mention that most of your videos that you make, there's different points in time where you get your most views. The legacy views and that first couple of hours are where you get your most views. The legacy views, which come out like after you, like say your channel becomes bigger, then they start watching your older content and that ends up building more views. But it's mainly legacy views where you get your most views. So videos like Petscop, that the holy grail of his channel, make the second one. That got copyright claimed, so all the money he gained from that was gone. And so but don't worry, he's slowly reclaiming his videos by changing out the music. So now he has to find a completely new outro song made from scratch. My outro, I don't know if it's copyrighted. If it was copyrighted, video would be claimed. So hopefully that doesn't get copyrighted in the future. He also made a point in several videos of his that he didn't want to start a Patreon even though YouTube has knocked him down again and again. But this time, he was actually forced to make a Patreon. So, if you got money and you got Patreon, don't give it to Belle Delphine. Give it to Pyrocynical. Okay, so the third topic is between ImAllexx and Slazo, along with a couple of other people. Basically, ImAllexx is a YouTube commentator. Slazo is also a commentary YouTuber. And recently, there's been a lot of back and forth kind of stuff on Twitter. This stuff is mainly ImAllexx accusing Slazo of rape. Not just one case, but several cases. And by several cases, I mean ImAllexx says, and I quote, 25 rape cases, alleged rape cases that Slazo has committed. But the thing is, ImAllexx and the various YouTubers that were involved, I'm saying air quotes, you can't see me, just involved, which I'll get to the list later, they really haven't been talking about it. This other YouTube commentary channel, a very smaller channel, I think he has, at the time he recorded it, 4,000 subs, but I think when I watched the video, he had 5,000. So, relatively small, not as small as mine. Subscribe. Thank you, thank you, Nicholas DeOro, I think I'm saying it right, for making the video. It's a very long video. It goes extremely in depth into the situation. I highly recommend watching it so you have a good understanding of the actual situation. However, I do have I do have questions for Mr. DeOrio. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. And about the 840 mark, he lists these following YouTubers that are allegedly part of the situation. These YouTubers include Dolan Dark, Shay, Pyrocynical, ImAllexx, Hyojin, King Annie, Blue Janks, Lessener, Unicorn Powers, and Quite. Also Slazo. After watching this video and him going into depth, going off of this list, the list is pretty solid. He did a good job. However, this list isn't 100% perfect. So, Mr. DeOro, if you're watching this, you did a good job on the list. However, my first question is, how was Pyrocynical involved in this? For those of you who do watch Pyrocynical, you know that his Twitter was banned a few years ago. So he hasn't had any Twitter to actually say anything in this situation. And we all know that that Instagram isn't the best for speaking your mind. So the only connections I could really see Pyrocynical being connected to this situation are mostly stretches. One connection could be that he's friends with Dolan Dark, ImAllexx, and Quite. He might be friends with other people, but those are the three I know. He talks about ImAllexx in some of his previous videos. He also did a collab with him for the 1,000 Degree Knife Challenge. He knows Dolan Dark and very good friends with him. They collab, I guess, a lot of the time. Quite, he's done a collab with Quite. In terms of being related to YouTubers, Hyojin, they used to date, but they're broken up, I think. So, and then the next connection, those connections were stretches, in my opinion. So the next connection I could see not being as much of a stretch, but it's still a stretch. This connection involves Pyrocynical going to Insomnia. ImAllexx also went to Insomnia. Not sure if they actually met up. Them just being present at Insomnia, in my opinion, isn't really a good, connection. Why Pyrocynical was on this list was basically because DeOro saw that Pyrocynical actively mentioned ImAllexx in some of his videos, collabed with him, and knew several other YouTubers on the list, and thought, okay, that means that he's connected to this. Which, I mean, if he is connected, then yeah, a point that Mr. DeOro made in this video is that really none of the YouTubers on the list came and interviewed Slazo and really broke down the points, which kind of makes sense since Pyrocynical hasn't talked about it on his channel. That also brings up a good point. The next major thing involves someone I previously stated. It involves Hyojin. Recently, Hyojin has been, I hope I'm saying her name right. Hyojin has been hospitalized due to an attempted suicide. Regardless of your opinions and beliefs of her, no one should commit suicide except Hitler. He didn't have a good mustache. Right now, she's in the hospital due to her suicide attempt. So, and also on top of that, she's been sent tons and tons of death threats and just in general metric tons of hate. So it is imperative that she gets all the love and support she can get at this current moment in time. So if you can, I suggest going out and showing her some support because she needs it. And this is probably, I can only guess that this suicide attempt exists because of the recent Slazo incident that unfolded. So please just send some love and support her way. The last big thing I'm going to go over is the Area 51 meme. Now, I'm sure you heard of this meme. It's gone very big and, quite frankly, sort of out of hand. It started with a Facebook post saying, and I quote, "They can't shoot all of us. Let's see them aliens." This is obviously started as a joke, and it is a joke. It's a meme. He said in the post that if we Naruto run, their bullets can't hit us. I think that's the sentence. I may be a few words off, but that's the general gist of this sentence. Anyways, over 1 million people signed up for this event. Over 1 million people! Y'all made trees we could plant with over 1 million people? That's a lot! Society wants to park their car in the shade, but nobody wants to plant a tree. Oh my god, this is so sad. Now, obviously, not all 1 million people are going, but even if 1% of the people who signed up are going, that's 10,000 people. But if 25% go to that event, that's 250,000 people. So guys, we did it. We reached 250,000 raiders. 250,000 brainlets and still growing. The fact that we reached this number in such a short amount of time is just phenomenal. I lost my faith in society. You guys are just the best. Fucking kill yourself! But honestly, this is actually being taken seriously. Many news outlets have even covered this situation. Some news outlets have made an interview with the guy. The person who made the post wanted an interview to clear his name up because he genuinely thought the FBI would come and knock at his door. I think he was a threat to America. But what these news outlets don't mention is the fact that storming Area 51 started off and is a joke because they are just trying to push their agenda. But this has gone so out of hand that the military has made an official statement saying that storming Area 51 is, quote, dangerous. They make it so vague of like, what is dangerous? I honestly think that we shouldn't find out what's dangerous because, you know those AC-130s? Yup, and you know what Furbies are? Those satanic beasts that never die? I believe that the Air Force made this meme so that they can test out a new weapon called an AC-1 Furby. But honestly, it is highly dangerous. I'll break down a little bit of why it's highly dangerous. So first off, there's like this white line that divides civilization from the base. And if you go past that line, there is a sign right at the line, right at the border of the base that says that if you pass the line, lethal force is authorized. So what that means is if you pass the line, the camo dudes, who are people who are hired and to arrest and detain people who cross the line, have the authority to kill you even for a tiny misdemeanor without any repercussions. There's over 80 kilometers, there's also 80 kilometers, or about 50 miles, worth of pure desert before even reaching the base. The average person runs at a speed of 10 to 15 miles per hour. At that speed, it would take someone 5 hours to 3 hours and 20 minutes to get to the base. Assuming that 0 AC-130s are fired, no lethal force is taken, that the person does not die of heat stroke or dehydration, also maintaining the speed for the entire time and not stopping. There are basically 2 towns around Area 51. There's the west side and the east side. The base is smack dab in the middle. These 2 towns are fitted to hold a little less than 100 people. I think that's the correct number. But regardless, they're extremely small towns. The towns had to adjust to it. They're ready for their epic alien merch to get sold out. They're also having to prepare campgrounds for people. And events will be held concerts and all that stuff. It's gonna be crazy. But I believe that there will be fatalities originating from this event. It's also important to know that even though the desert is hot as balls during the day, it gets cold as hell during the night. Remember those 50 miles that I told you about? Those 50 miles are live, highly active military testing zones. So basically, technology is actively tested every day. Do not storm Area 51. It is a joke, okay? Instead, storm the HQs of Sony, UMG, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know down below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you want to see more stuff like this. Before I say goodbye, I want to mention that I had to record this on my laptop, mainly because my PC does this weird thing where no matter how high I boost my mic, I sound like I'm whispering and you can barely pick me up, which is the main reason why you can't hear me in some videos. And I know there's this thing where you can unplug it after removing the device in the device menu, and then you plug it back in, and that lets it reconfigure, and that is supposed to fix it, but it doesn't work for me. So if you have any other solution, let me know down below. And without further ado, let's turn the gain all the way up. Cat out!